Well, hi everybody, and a very warm welcome. And an especial warm welcome to my very dear friend and astrology companion and colleague, Pam Gregory. It's a real delight to be with you today, Pam. Thanks ever so much for agreeing to come and interview the P's with all the multitudes of questions that came in. A lot of people have been asking for us to do something together, so this is it, and thanks ever so much.
Well, fantastic. It's always a joy to be with you, Bracha, and always such an immense pleasure to hear the wisdom of the P's, of the Pleiadians. And so these questions are really an amalgamation of your some of your questions, a couple of mine, and many from the people who follow your work, because I know you have a massive following on YouTube and social media, really massive and very well deserved. So yes, so bring in the P's and we can begin here.
Oh, we are delighted to be with you. Oh, we are so thrilled. We couldn't wait. It's been a long wait, hasn't it? Yes, we've had to be extremely very sitting on fingers and toes here, but we are so delighted to be with you, dear Pam. You're looking wonderful today. We have to say, you look wonderful. Your energy field is just very beautiful. We love you, love you, love you.
Thank you so much. I think it's the sunshine that helps. It's always a bonus.
Yeah. So we are ready, really. Anything you want to ask us, we are ready. Anything, any question, big or small or medium. We like them all.
Fantastic. Well, we'll start with some more general ones and then move into the specifics. What do you think about humans and their never-ending questions of you?
Well, we love your questions, really, because you're so beautiful. You have so many questions, yes? And then another question makes another 20 questions. When we answer it, you come up with another 20 for that same answer. So we just want you to know that we love your questions. It means that you want to grow. It means that you want to learn. It means that you want to do things upon this planet and make a difference upon this planet, you see. So the questions are very important. We're going to our yesterday to answer as many as we can, as clearly as we can. I'm sure we'll have another 100 more, but we're ready, dear Pammy. You ask us anything you like, any way you like.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And you know, we are so grateful for your wisdom, Pleiadians. Why do you want to help us? Is this to elevate our consciousness on Earth?
Well, we've always been here, but you are more aware of us now than you were before. Yes, it's not like we have suddenly just appeared, plop, oh, we're here. Yeah, we've been here all the time, but you haven't been aware of us, and now more and more of you are becoming aware of us. So we've always been helping, we've always been doing a little here and there, trying to get you to open your eyes to see that you have got so many talents and gifts. Each one of you is an absolute powerhouse of wondrous gifts, and you keep yourselves so teeny-weeny. Yes, you think of yourselves as so small, but goodness gracious, when you tap into the power that you have, you would be amazed at what each one of you has is more than all the nuclear reactors and powerhouses and oil grids and everything put together upon this planet Earth. Just
wow.
you. Yeah.
So exciting. And will you ever reveal yourselves in person on this Earth?
Well, many of us are here in person upon this Earth already.
But I mean, in that we could see you physically to interact.
You can. Many of you can see us physically.
Okay.
Yes, you are a little frightened to see us physically. Yeah, you're a little frightened. But there are those who are watching now, who are present, who will see us, who will see the energy field, who will see us in different shapes and forms of which we come. Yes, some of it you perceive us differently because some of you have different senses that are more awakened than others. You understand? Some of you have got good smellers. Some of you have got good tasters, yeah? And you each are developed in different areas slightly differently. So the ones that are ready to see can certainly see us, absolutely.
Wonderful. And is there anything else that we can do to communicate with you on a more personal level?
Oh, definitely. You can talk to us a little more, yeah? Have interactions with us. We're ready for a good old chat, you know. Good old chat. We love a good old chat, really. But you're all sort of very busy in your own little minds, aren't you? Busy, busy, busy. Oh, I must do this, go and do that, wonder that. Oh, yeah? And we just like a little, you know, sit down and chat with us, and you can do that, yeah? Just share your problems, share the things that you're experiencing, write about them, paint about them, dance about them, garden about them, cook about them. Yes, all the creative things that you do. Whenever you are in the creative mode, we are more accessible to you.
Right, right. That's very good advice. Now, something more specific that's very topical, Pleiadian, is in the last couple of days, there's been a very large, what's being referred to as a data dump. I think about 40 million emails that relate to many people, the World Health Organization, etc., many important, well-known people. Can you talk to us about what that is about? Is it part of a bigger plan? And where will it lead, all of that information being released?
Well, that's an awful lot of questions in one question, dear Pammy. Could you possibly just break it down one by one? First question, boom, give it as nice and simple, and then we'll try to be simple, otherwise we're going to get convoluted and you won't like that. So ask nice, simple questions, A, B, C, D. We're ready.
Okay, so in the last couple of days, there was a very large release.
Oh, we know about that, goodness gracious,
Okay, can you tell us where that information will lead us? Will it lead us in the world to a better place?
Yes. Most definitely, because things are going to come out into the open that have been hidden for a very long time, and they're going to be examined now. They're going to be able to be public knowledge, and the people have been deprived of understanding all perspectives. Now, is it going to change the world entirely in one day? No, it's going to take time, and there will be those that believe it and those that disbelieve it, you see. You have to understand there are always polarities upon your planet Earth. So those that will believe it will be saying, hurrah, hurrah, the truth is out. But there will be those who will not want some of this information to be released so quickly, you see. So it's not quite as easy as all that. You're seeing it as ABC, but it's quite a complex set of information, you understand.
Lovely. That's incredibly positive and incredibly helpful. Thank you, Pleiadians. And therefore, is that release of information to us part of a bigger plan?
We don't know quite what you mean by a bigger plan.
I mean, is there a bigger, how can I say, divine intelligence at work in releasing, releasing this information? Okay, fantastic. And that
work that is causing your planet to grow and to evolve and to move on to a different level of expression. And all that's coming out is all the shit, so to speak.
Wow.
Well, there's a lot of toxicity, you see.
Okay, and is that going to accelerate the collapse of the old order, the old political and social structures?
Yes. But there are many things that are doing that, not just this.
Okay, wow. So when people have absorbed that information, and I understand you're saying not everyone will believe it.
Of course not.
But in general, will that create a better shift towards the light in the world?
For some.
For some, okay.
We love you so very much, but we can't say that it's going to be carte blanche and all of a sudden the world goes in one direction. It's just not going to happen, dear one.
Okay, will there be any time within our lifetimes where that kind of dark element of corruption is really erased and we live entirely in the light?
Oh, we love you so very much. No, it won't. There will always be certain contrasts upon your planet Earth, and your job is to embrace the contrasts and to express them equally. Yes, because wouldn't it be all boring if it were all light and love and dovey, dancey. Yeah, you'd get awfully bored after a while. You really would, dear ones. You really would. You want to eradicate it all, but you know, a bit of drama doesn't half spice your life up, doesn't it? Yeah, love it, you. Yeah, love you.
Okay, will there be other waves of very positive disclosure as we go through 2020 and 2021?
Yes, most definitely.
So this is one of the major first waves of disclosure. Would that be correct?
Yes, it would.
Okay, but more to come. Now,
much more, dear one.
Okay, so if we're thinking in this context of the collapse of the old order, politically and socially, can you give us some idea of how many years that will take to happen?
About 12 years for the whole thing to really come full circle. It would take about 12 years, another 12 years.
Okay, because we do seem to be moving through a period of what to believe, what is true and what is not.
Yeah.
Because people have such opposing views, and what would you advise us in terms of what to believe or who to believe? Because there's so much information out there.
Well, we would be very careful about what we believe and what we don't believe, you see, because really believing and not believing means that you don't know. You can believe something but not know it. You really need to know. You need to be able to say, I know that this is the Pleiadians speaking now. There'll be some who are watching who say it's a load of rubbish. She's not channeling Pleiadians at all, yeah? You see? So you really need to know for yourself, what is it that you know? What do you know for sure? What are the things that you absolutely know? Because the rest of what you read and listen to, well, kind of you don't know for sure, yeah? Some of it. You can get an idea. You can believe that Donald Trump is a wonderful president. You can believe he is a terrible president, yeah? But do you really know? And what is the evidence? You see, knowledge is going to be the wave of the future. What is knowledge? What is knowledge? And how you use knowledge, and how you use words, and how you use communication, and how you use all the ways that you track things, yes? Because you're going to be tracking everything now. Anything and everything is going to get tracked, yeah? Everything is going to be tracked, yes? Nothing, not even a breath, not even a dream of yours will not be trackable, yeah? Everything will be trackable, will be recordable, will be traceable.
Wow. And so is the real point of this to go beyond polarity to unity consciousness?
Beautiful, Pammy, we couldn't have put that better ourselves.
Okay, so
it's absolutely what you are working towards.
So these are diversions, taking
within the whole. Beg your pardon?
Sorry to interrupt. So taking one point of view or another is really diverting us into polarity when the ultimate aim should be that unity consciousness.
Well, it's got to be a little of both, you see. It's almost like you've got to incorporate all of it. You have to say, well, we are not separate. We are one breathing planet, as you can see now with your dear little COVID. Yeah, you're breathing that same air. It's going round and round. Yeah, so what goes around comes around. What you do affects many others in more ways than you can ever imagine. You talk about it, but you don't realize it. Again, you don't realize the truth of that actual statement. But really, you are moving towards understanding of one another's differences, a loving of one another's differences, and not getting so upset about it, yeah? It's all right if somebody's got a different opinion to you, if someone sees it differently from you. And also recognize that you change your minds a lot, don't you? Yeah? You say, oh, well, I've changed my mind. Don't believe that anymore.
Fantastic. So clearly there's going to be a different political paradigm. Is there going to be a new economic paradigm with some kind of financial reset, let's call it?
Oh, most definitely, yes.
And will that result in less inequality in the world?
Possibly. Depends really how you all get together and incorporate it, yeah? Yeah, you've got to work together, really, now. You've got more opportunities to work together than you've ever had before. We're working with you. There are many other, shall we say, aliens, although we're not aliens, we're very friendly. But really, there are many who are working upon your planet now with you. You're connecting in with many of them. You're going to be time traveling. You're going to be going to different galaxies and places. You won't need all the ships and things that you think you need. Yeah, you'll just be able to go. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Yeah. No,
is that within
the airports?
Is that within our lifetime?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's absolutely wonderful. And is there going to be a new medical paradigm that's being built?
Definitely, that's already on the way. Yes, you're already seeing that. Yes, it's breaking through. You can see that's already breaking through. But you know, you've got a very fixed system that's been in place for a long time, and the fixed people don't like to let go. You know that with all your fixed signs in your astrology, yeah? They don't like to let go very easily. So, you know, it's about pulling out the old weeds and, really just cleaning the flower beds and cleaning them all up, getting rid of all the old things that are full of pesticides and full of things that are really not healthy, and getting rid of the toxicity once again, getting rid of the things that are not healthy, and creating a different model, completely different model, coming based upon energy, much more upon energetics than the very physicality, yes? You've been working so much with the gross physicality, but you'll be working much more with energies.
Wow, so does that mean that our Earth will become less toxic in future?
Well, of course so.
Wonderful. And thinking of our current situation in lockdown with the COVID-19 virus, will there be some countries that demand mandatory vaccination?
Oh yes, goodness gracious, yes, we're going to get that, yes.
Because many people are concerned about that. So what can we do for those people who are concerned to protect themselves against that?
They're going to have to think very hard and get together and come up with different schemes and different ways. Yes, you can become invisible from the system. Many of you know this. Yeah, you can become invisible. We've talked about being trackable, but there are also ways of becoming invisible, just as we put shields around ourselves to be invisible when we need to. You too can go with invisibility. You're going to be working on invisibility and all kinds of things, of covers and clouds and all sorts of things. It's all coming very soon within your technology. It's already there within your artificial intelligence. Some of you listening are already getting ideas about this anyway. You're getting downloads and information, but these are going to be things that are coming, the cloaking devices. There's going to be many things that you can do that will enable you to not have to go down the mainstream level. But many will want the vaccine. You have to understand that the majority will want it.
Right, but can you give us any more practical help on if those people who don't want it, what they can do to create invisibility?
You'll be shown. Just relax right now.
Okay.
Relax, go inwards. Don't look for all the solutions A, B, C, D. We love you. Yeah, you'll be shown. You'll be guided. Yeah, it's coming rather as a, should we say, you're being guided, and you just have to really trust your own inner guidance. You'll be guided. Don't worry. You'll be shown the way.
Fantastic. And can you give us any idea, and I know it may vary country to country, how long this period of lockdown will last? Because many people are concerned about that.
Well, it's going to vary, as you say rightly, and it's going to be different times. Sometimes the lockdowns will be very severe, sometimes they'll be quite mild. Sometimes it will be a certain sector of the population that will be under lockdown, while other sectors will not be locked down. So you'll see older people who may have to stay in their homes for months on end and not allowed out at all, you see. So it's going to be very much a varied and a very big mixed bag.
Okay, and you seem to be suggesting that's going to be quite an extended period of possible waves of lockdown. Is that correct?
Yes, it's coming in waves. You'll have breaks and then you'll go back down again and you'll come out again. It's sort of in and out and sort of shake it all about sort of thing. Yeah.
And does that come to an end in the next couple of years at all?
Not really. It's going to be on and off. You're going to find that there will be panics arising. So you have to stay out of the panic. Yes, if you can stay out of panic, yeah, nature is good, animals are good, growing food is good. Just staying within the present, staying where you are, not being too worried about what's going on. Of course, planning as best you can, but plans are going to be very difficult because you're going to find things going in suddenly in a different direction. So you're going to have to think on your feet, really think on your feet, and really be light on your feet, as light as you can on your feet, and say, all right, we're going to find ways around this. I'm going to really think. I'm going to use my mental energy. I'm going to tune into the higher mind, you see, and work with very higher mental energies, and you'll be guided differently. Yes, there are many solutions to problems upon planet Earth. There are solutions to all of your problems, all of them.
Wow. Wow. And do you see a real growth in people forming communities? And
yes.
You do very much.
Very, very much so. There's going to be a need for community and a joy to be together and just to support one another. You'll still have your own spaces largely. Some will want to be close, but most will want their own space to grow and to, you know, like a plant, you know, like it's got a nice big pot, it'll grow into a nice big plant. You stick it in a tiny pot, it can't grow very much. So you're each going to need your own space, but within that space, you're going to want to be in contact with each other. Yes, but you're going to have great advances in the technological sphere that you can't possibly imagine at the moment. Those are coming very soon, about 4 years.
Wow. And so what about mobility, Pleiadians? Because clearly the airline industry is shut down pretty much for the moment. How much mobility are we going to have over the next 2 or 3 years to maybe go abroad to join other communities? Or are we really limited within our own?
Well, some of you will travel, certainly physically. Some of you will want to stay home and will travel really on the internet. And there's going to be, as we say, many new inventions, many different ways that you're going to experience being able to connect with one another. Yes, there's going to be different senses that are awakened upon the human being. So far, there have been the 5, or should we say 6 senses, but you are multisensual. You are multidimensional, you're awakening to that, you see. So you're asking us for rather a linear picture, and the picture is not linear. So within the linear framework, yes, 2 or 3 years of a few lockdowns here and there and back and in, and worse and better and worse and better. And various things that, you know, because the physical health of the population is, shall we say, it's not so hot, yes? Many of you need a lot of building up, yeah? You'd be blown over in the least bit of a gale force wind, some of you, yeah?
Right, and is there anything else of a physical nature in our world that we need to become aware of? I'm thinking of big earth changes that may be happening.
What do you mean exactly, please?
Well, big earth changes, you know, I'm thinking of the symbolism of Uranus in Taurus that can suggest earthquakes or volcanoes or tsunamis or that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, the earth has always had these kind of things, really, yeah? So you'll get those as well, but we wouldn't put our attention onto that. Yes, really, because there's not much you can do about that. If there's going to be an earthquake where you are, well, there's an earthquake where you are, yeah?
Right, and how long do you see this this progressive positive change for us to actually reach something that many people have called the new earth? Are people going to be doing that at different times, different paces of development?
That's a very good question, Pammy. We like that question. Are they going to be doing, well, you all move at your own pace and you all move at different paces. You certainly have different speeds at which you move. What we think you are asking is when will be the tipping point, yeah?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Well, right now you're in the midst of chaos and we want you to experience the chaos. We want you actually to experience it and go with it. Yes, you're wanting everything nice and neatly tied up in little bows and bundles, yeah? Oh, can we please have a time period when it's all over and we're all going off into the light? Well, it's not as fixed as all that, yeah? Just as there are many timelines going on and many different dimensions going on, it's not so fixed. But if you ask us to give us an idea of when the tipping point looks as though it could be, we would say about 2 years from now, you could get quite a tipping point.
Wow, that is wonderful. And as well as yourselves, Pleiadians, are there other benevolent races who are helping us on Earth at this time?
Oh, yes, many, 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 yes. There are many helping here, yes.
Wonderful. And which aspects of our human nature should we be developing so we can go to the next level of our spiritual evolution?
You must develop your own potentials. Each one has something special to add to this planet, and each one must develop those potentials. So whatever it is that you are enjoying, that you love, you must read and enjoy and pursue and develop and grow into as much as you can of those gifts. Those are very important. Each one must do this. Each one must find their own word, their own way of expression, because each one needs to express. It's like each flower needs to express. You may be of the same tribe of flowers. You may all be roses, for example. A few of you are roses, a few of you are poppies, a few of you are anemones, yeah? So, but nonetheless, even within the poppy family, so to speak, you're all rather different poppies, yeah? You're not the same size, you're not exactly the same, yes? So within same families, you must differentiate. There must be that differentiation. And then you see it brings you together because each one is expressing their own light. So if you like, each one is lit up as a candle, lights another, lights another, lights another. And then before you know it, the entire earth is lit up, you see.
Wonderful. And at the moment, Pleiadians, because of the virus situation and lockdown, many people are feeling extremely fearful. What advice would you give them to help alleviate that fear?
Well, we understand the fear and we can really empathize with you for having some fear because humans are fearful when things suddenly change. Yes, it's like, goodness gracious, I can't rely on anything more. So really, to alleviate your fear, well, it's going to be different for everybody. Some of you are going to find solace in the garden and talking to the animals and just being near water. Some of you will find solace writing. Some of you will find solace with music. Some of you will find solace making things. Some of you will find solace in meditation. Yes, so each one of you has your own way. And it may vary. One day it may be one thing, one day it may be another. So we would just ask And you can always ask Spirit in the morning, you know, what's for my highest good? Give me today whatever is for my highest growth and highest good and highest benefit for all. You just say that as a little prayer at the beginning of the day, and you give thanks at the end of the day, no matter what has happened, you see.
Wonderful. And going back to this community idea, and really what you've just been saying, to kind of keep in that very simple, happy, present, focused bubble, will it be possible with all the advances in technology, if there are people who don't want to accept those advances in technology, that they will be able to step out of the system and go back to the earth and keep life very simple?
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And what about the animals, Pleiadians? Are they going to be ascending too? Are they capable of that?
Well, your animals are already pretty ascended, many of them, dear one. Yeah, they're already pretty, shall we say, they're not unhappy, your animals, yeah, largely. Not, of course, not the ones who are caged and being tortured and hurt, but largely, if you look at your animals, they're not unhappy beings, yeah? They're just there to show you to be present and to show you that there are different dimensions that you can tune into. Some of you tune into animals beautifully. You understand the animals, you speak to the animals, you understand the animals. So the animals really are your teachers in all of this, yeah? We would look at them and really bow down to some of the animals just as much as you bow down to other people in your world. The animals really can show you innocence, can show you trust, can show you all the love, can show you all the things you want to develop within yourselves. Well, goodness gracious, the animals really show you that immediately, instantly, don't they?
Well, I've always thought of animals as the higher species, actually.
Oh, yeah,
And
we're not saying they can teach you a lot. We're not saying one is higher or better or lower than the other. But right now, you human beings, you know, you really got to get your act together. And this is now an opportunity for you to do it. You've been waiting for this time upon your planet Earth for many years, many of you. And you new ones, you've come for this time. And really, it's time really to get everybody out together, as many as you can, really. But it's a wonderful time upon planet Earth. It's not a time really for saying, oh, this is awful and terrible. Of course, there are some difficult things happening, but there are also some wonderful things happening, dear ones.
And Pleiadians, could you confirm that everyone here at this time has chosen to be here for what is transpiring in our world?
Well, no, they wouldn't agree with you. Yeah? There would be many who would disagree with that, but have they chosen? Well, not in the way that you would choose, you know, going into a shop and saying, I'll have 5 pounds of potatoes. So it's not that way of choosing, but yes, there was a soul choice.
Right, right. And what can...
For many, not consciously.
Okay, and for those people who are trying to help people in this awakening, this development, what can the teachers or the channelers of the world, what is it that they can do better or faster to help people ascend?
Just work on themselves. As much as you become the light to the world, everybody comes and follows you. Just as Jesus had his disciples and his followers, he was a light. He was an enlightened human being. So really it is about turning your light on by helping others. The more that you help others, the more you turn your light on, you see, because then you're not so focused upon the minutiae of your life. You must take care of the basics, yeah? You need good nutrition, you need good air, you need rest, you need all those basics. But beyond those basics, then you just get on with doing your job and being creative and doing what it is that you can to help others. And helping others may be something very simple. Some of you have got very grandiose ideas about what that is. It could be just a good thought about somebody. It can be very simple. Don't make it too complex.
And will our current freedom of speech continue? Or will we have to find other ways of communicating?
You're going to have to find a few other languages, dear ones. Yeah? You're going to have to find different use of languages, different uses of words, code words. There's going to be much happening with language coming up. Goodness gracious, language is going to change dramatically. There are languages on different nuances coming up. You'll see, there's going to be different languages coming. You had old Esperanto, that didn't take off, did it? But there's going to be other things that are coming, different kinds of languages through which you will communicate differently. Just as there are animal languages and bird languages. Yeah, there are many different languages on planet Earth that you have yet to discover and work with.
And what about the language of light? Some people actually
yes, absolutely. That's what we mean, the language of light, the language of joy, the language of purity, the language of joyfulness and sincerity. There are many different languages, you see, and you can use words and they have a vibrational field and they affect. But first has to be the thought. So you have to work with the mind first. The mind comes first.
And how will we learn these languages? Will that just come to us in a download that we instinctively start to speak them?
Yes, some of you will get downloads, some of you will learn them. Some of you will teach them.
Wow. And is there also a dragon language that will come?
Yes, there is.
Wow.
Oh, we love you with your wows. Pammy, we love you so very much, dear one. Isn't she a wonderful interviewer? Yeah? We would like some likes now. We want you to like dear Pam Gregory. We do. Put some thumbs up for her, please. Yes, on this video. We love you so very much. Isn't she doing a beautiful job here? Yeah?
Yeah. Another question which has been asked. Thank you, Pleiadians. Thank you. Another question which has been asked, there has been a lot of talk about the possibility of 3 days of darkness or internet cutouts.
No.
That's not going to happen.
No. Only if the electricity goes down, and of course you won't have internet, most of you. But not otherwise. No, we don't see that. Where are you getting this, dear one?
Well, there's been quite a lot of communication on social media about that, but that is good to hear that that's not part of it.
We don't see it.
Okay, fantastic. So it really is down to each person in terms of how they are ascending and awakening with this whole process that we're going through.
And you affect one another.
Yes.
That is the thing.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So those teachers, those communicators out there in the world trying to spread more light become very crucial.
Oh, yes, very crucial. Yes, each one is important. Each one of you is important. Yes. Don't discount anybody. Be very careful who you discount. Could just be the person you need right now.
Okay, wonderful. And can you talk to us a little more about the economy? Because some people are fearful there could be, with this lockdown, a great deal of unemployment and therefore a great deal of poverty. And can you help us with that? Is there going to be an equalization of a universal wage?
Never going to be equal. Don't look for equal, because you're not equal. As we said, you're different. Even with the same species, you are different. You understand? Yeah. So no, we don't see this kind of equality where everybody, has $10,000 a month or whatever. No, we don't see that. What we see is a new system evolving that is more equitable. So we would agree with equitable rather than equal. And what we mean by that is you're going to have to get your heads together and really begin to think now outside of all the boxes that you've ever had. Stop looking at history. Too many of you look at the history and say, well, this happened and that happened and No, you're going to have to get outside of the historical box and come up with something entirely new and entirely different. You see, very often children come out with the most amazing things, and parents sometimes go, but they are fresh, they are innocent, they have not been tainted with all the no's and you shouldn't do and you shouldn't say and you shouldn't this and that and the other. But you're going to have to come up with some brand new kinds of ideas. And this is where the excitement lies, in the brand new. Yes. You don't really want something secondhand, do you? You want a nice something that's new and shiny. Well, create a new and shiny economy for yourselves. Yes, you're going to have to find ways to get around this. The old is gone. The old economy is going to create a lot of difficulties upon your planet. Yes, but through difficulty, you human beings grow and you thrive through that difficulty. Some of you don't make it, okay, so you go off and you come back again. But really, you thrive through those challenges. It makes you think harder. It makes you say, got to do something here. You're going to find solutions medically. You're going to come up with some very amazing medical solutions. That's coming very soon, very, very soon, because you need it.
Yes. And can you talk to us a little more about those medical developments, Pleiadians?
Yeah, well, you're going to be able to develop personalized medicine, so that each person has their own, shall we say, their own solutions, yeah? Because nothing fits all and nothing fits 2 or more. Yes, what fits for one doesn't fit for the other. It really doesn't. And everything has been tailored to, you know, really lining you up like rats in a laboratory, yeah? But it's not like that. So you're going to get personalized medicine. You're going to get medicine that is just for you, for your DNA, for your blueprint. Wow. And yeah, it's going to be very personalized.
And is that going to be energetic in nature?
It'll be everything. You're going to have it on all levels.
Wow, that's wonderful. So the current health systems as we know them will really collapse in terms of being drug-based. We're going to move away from that, is that correct?
Not entirely. There will be those who still want the drugs, yeah. Again, the polarity will still be there. There are still many who take the drugs who are very happy the drugs are there, you see. So they're not all going to disappear, but the way it is run and the corruption that is there within those industries, that is going to be exposed. And that is what will change. But not all the drugs going away, because some of the drugs are quite valuable. Not all of them, but some of them are.
So does that suggest some of the very large corporations that have been involved in that medical paradigm up till now will be less powerful going forwards?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So, and will it be recognized that creating your own health will be very, very important, and that will be supported as a kind of real health care rather than supporting the sick? Through food, through breath work, through sun gazing, through those kinds of things that boost your immune system individually.
But you're going to have that as well as all the other things. Yes, you're going to have healing places. Your hospitals are going to change. You're going to have pyramids. You're going to have domes. You're going to have all kinds of places that you're sick or you're unwell will go. It's going to be a very different solutions. Yes, you're going to have a very different community way of dealing with sickness. Very different.
And will the magnetism of the earth continue to change, and will the poles shift?
Yes, yes, it's already happening. Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes.
And how will the magnetism of the earth change, and how will we as individuals need to fit into that new magnetic field? Because the magnetic field appears to be falling across the earth.
And what is it you want to know exactly?
Well, how will we as individual beings with our individual electromagnetic fields, how significantly will they be changed as the magnetic energy of the earth changes?
Well, you're all connected. So yes, you're connected. You are magnetic beings. The earth is magnetic. Yes, the magnetics are extremely important upon this planet Earth. And as it changes, you get opportunities to get new technologies that enable you to take your well-being onto a different kind of a level than you've had before. Yes, you are going to be sort of cyborgs. You are going to be able to create, shall we say, different kinds of solutions to your body situations. But most of all, you're going to develop mind more. Mind is going to be the most developed area, because once you develop mind, then all the other things can be much more easily manipulated and dealt with, much more easily. So the magnetics takes the biggest force upon the mind. Beg your pardon?
Sorry to interrupt. So what does that mean in terms of the heart, the role of the heart, which has been so important, because that's the largest magnetic field which is created from the heart rather than the brain. So if we're going to be much more mind focused as we move into this age of Aquarius, what does that mean for our hearts?
Well, we don't see it as a negative thing. Yes, you're positing this, dear Pammy, as though this could be a negative influence, but we don't see that, you see. Because it is all together. Once again, you are separating the brain and the heart, and you're saying this one's better than this, or this does this. Well, really, you have no idea yet how much the brain can do, and how much the brain, in fact, affects the heart, and the heart affects the brain. Yes, it's all part of one system. We're not sure, it's rather complex. We're not sure we're going to be able to explain to you how it all puts together. But your scientists are working on this, and you're going to find that through certain breathing patterns, through certain brain waves, through connecting with higher frequencies, there is so much here where we don't know that we can explain it to you. Yes, Bracha is getting a little tired here, so it's a little bit too much for her to bring through now. We're going to have to go on to one or two other questions, and
Okay.
we'll have to do it another time, dear Pammy.
No problem at all. I'll just ask really two last questions. One is the importance of the third eye going to increase as a connection to the galactic?
Yes, yes, but it already is, and it always has been. Yes, you only have to look back to the Egyptians and the pyramids and the third eye and the eye of Horus and all that. It always has been. Yes, it's just that, and there are people upon your planet who are more aware of it, but what you are saying, we would agree with you. Yes, there will be more consciousness upon the opening of that third eye. We agree with that, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, and is there any sound that connects with the heart and the vibration of love that we could tune into?
Yeah, we'll do a little bit of a toning for you now. Shall we do that, dear Pammy?
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Woo! Oh, we love you.
That was beautiful, Pleiadians. Absolutely haunting. Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. And is there any last message you would like to leave us with as we're in these massive times of transition and transformation? Is there anything you'd like to share with us before Bracha comes back?
Yeah, we'd like to tell you that it's a beautiful time to be upon your planet Earth and to relax into it a little more. Relax into whatever is going on. Don't immediately tense yourselves. You hear something and you go, whoa. Yes, you notice something, you go, whoa. Yeah, just relax into it a little more. Yeah, that's it. Just relax into your body. Relax into your being. Relax. Yeah, just get into the word relax. Yeah, just really allow yourself and give yourself permission to be able to relax upon this planet Earth, to be welcomed by planet Earth. Planet Earth welcomes you with open arms. Everything about planet Earth wants you here. She wants you here. She wants you to be here and be enjoying your time here. She gives you so much and she wants you just to know that you can relax in her loving arms. Mother Earth is not upset with all the things that are happening. Yes, it's a difficult time for her too in many ways, but she's very delighted that she's getting a little more breathing room. And she's very delighted that many of you are planting gardens. And she's very delighted that you are adopting animals and that you are taking care of her more and that you are more aware of her. She's so thrilled with this. And she just would like you to relax into her and to know that her arms are open for you at any time.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. That's exquisite advice. Thank you, Pleiadians. You've been really, really awesome today.
Well, we love you very much, and we couldn't have done it without you, dear Pammy. We really couldn't. You've been terrific today, and we are very, very grateful to you. And so we want you just to know that this was a wonderful transmission today, and we hope that all of you have enjoyed it. And remember, we love you, love you, love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was really wonderful information. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much, Pammy. You were Really awesome.
Well, I think the Pleiadians excelled themselves. That was some really wonderful information in there. Very high level, real wisdom coming through that can help all of us.
Thank you, Pammy. Thank you really for giving me this opportunity and for just being there. So,
been a joy.
Dearest friend, Pam Gregory, lots of love. To everybody out there, lots and lots of love.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now.